Alrighty, guys, welcome to the Ratcast.
Nah.
We're two rats, we're just talking about subjects that are important to everyone and anyone. So this is it. We got our permanent guest, myself, Daniel Ruffalo, and my brother here,
Tony Foxwood.
Tony Foxwood, in the house. So we got a couple of juicy subjects. I know, Dave, that you have a couple yourself. Did you want to start with one, and we'll just dive right in here?
Yeah, so just wanted to get your thoughts on the likelihood of the voting age changing to 16 and your
Right.
thoughts on that. Because we're around election time and, it's been brought up in the past.
It has.
And just wanted to kind of get your insight on if that makes sense or if it doesn't and why.
Yeah, I really don't think that a 16-year-old is in their right mind after just hitting the, hitting puberty and the hormonal changes that are going on. Number one, you only have 16 years on this life so far, and you're not thinking politically at all. It's that simple. I mean, there might be some cases where some people are, if they have a father or mother where they, work in the system, or they're just really political themselves. But I don't think you can have a good idea until you live. Even 18, I'm not. 18's fine. It's fine. But I didn't vote when I was when I was 18. There was an election to vote. I didn't vote for. I mean, I didn't. It was I think it was Obama. What was it? The first Obama election. Who was it? Obama. Help me out.
Yeah, Obama.
Yeah, who was his running mate?
Joe Biden.
No, I'm not
The
his.
one running now.
No, running against, rather.
Oh, it was
The first
what's his
for his.
face? The one fucking the dude that died.
Oh, McCain.
The bulldog, yeah.
The Bulldog McCain. Yeah, I think that was. I believe that was my legal first time opportunity. Yeah, and I had no interest, but my consciousness at that age wasn't thinking about that stuff. It took me until I was probably about 20 25 to vote for my first time or something like that. I don't know. I say wait at least 18. I don't think 18-year-olds are even voting from their own thoughts most of the time. And I think a lot of people aren't voting from their own thoughts. It's a media driven thing. Between media and friends and family, there's a lot of influence, and you don't really know what you're doing, I think, a lot of the time. But that's just my take. I disagree with who is this? Nancy Pelosi's idea
Of what?
to go to 16.
No, I mean I don't know. It's just been
I've heard that it was her idea at one point. But yeah. So what's your thoughts? You agree, disagree? Think it's a good thing? What do you got?
well, I mean it just will never happen. And there's a simple reason why it will never happen.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the fact that you have a belief about amphetamines or methamphetamines being destructive or preventative to this virus.
Well, I mean it's not really belief. It's
Science.
actually yeah, it's in the scientific journal,
Yeah.
the NHS back in 2012.
What do you call that? The National Health Society? What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mainly like Britain,
Got it.
Europe, and then they work with
But this wasn't this wasn't
Taiwan.
this wasn't this specific study wasn't specific to the coronavirus or COVID-19. It was specific to the flu in general, right?
Well, it's H1N1,
Okay.
which is is a more deadly respiratory virus
So
than the
so
coronavirus.
the study we're talking about is specific. Is it specific to methamphetamine?
Just as is the strength of the amphetamine.
There, I think overeating is still trying to fulfill that dopamine or void inside of you, which cocaine or whatever will. So why would eating on top of already, completing that task of fulfilling your void, if cocaine does it, then why would you be worried about eating food on top of that if it's already filling what you needed? So I mean, that's my discrepancy with that is like
Okay.
basically
So
you're eating to get to a point where you don't feel, or you're eating your feelings or whatever, or you're snorting your feelings. It's kind of so why would they be thinking about eating if they're feeling good after they've used a substance?
well, and that's the reason why they don't become, or probably less likely to become addicted to substances.
I'm looking it up on right now. I have gotten mixed results so far. Obesity and its relationship to addictions, where they're just getting at that alcohol is pretty prevalent. Otherwise, nicotine and alcohol seems like to be the jump use for overweight people, which makes sense. It's readily available,
Doesn't hurt your appetite.
doesn't hurt your appetite.
If anything, it does. I mean,
It
people can
might
say, "Oh, cigarettes, that's
perpetuates. I
bullshit."
mean,
For fucking,
you
you
might
smoke a
not.
pack a day, you're as hungry as whatever. If you're
Sure,
a normal fucking
it'll keep you. A
smoker,
cigarette might keep you not hungry for like 5-10 minutes. It's not going to keep. It's not like an Adderall where you're not going to be hungry for 6 hours.
you might only use 17 ketchup instead of 20.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean? I
right.
mean, it's not a big deal. You're still eating a fucking, like trough full of trash.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So what it seems to be is like even barbiturates like benzodiazepines and stuff like that. They're seeing that in overweight people as well. But yeah, I mean things like crack or heroin, not as much, I guess. It's still there, but marijuana use is big. Alcohol dependency is big. Nicotine is big. Xanax and those strains can be big.
yeah, all the shit that you want to eat. It's all these drugs definitely want to. They do nothing to suppress your appetite. If anything, you want to eat more.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, tranks are the worst. I mean, you
You
can
don't even
fucking
know what
eat.
you're eating. Yeah, you're just eating.
Yeah, only thing you want to eat everything.
You can you
It's definitely way worse than reef.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, no doubt.
And both, fuck if they're doing that, no wonder. If I did that shit, I'd be a fat beast.
So there are some overlapping addictions within the obesity community or the overweight community.
I'll tell you two that definitely aren't jumping rope and running long distance. And you can go ahead. Just to get those two off the table, because I'm by far sure they're not it.
What do you mean by jumping rope and running long distance?
No, addictions for them.
Oh, it's definitely not those two. That's for sure. Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, it seems like there can be some overlapping addictions, but typically more so in those ones that are readily available and that don't mess with your sugar and fat and salt intake, like maybe a cocaine might do. But like you have exceptions like Belushi or Chris Farley. These people that are pretty overweight and they're still enjoying this high from the other substances too. But yeah,
Yeah, they're freaks.
They're freaks of nature. But
Yeah, there's not too many people like that.
no, I mean when there's a creative design within that, and I think
Who
that's
the hell can do an 8 ball and then go to a buffet and then clean house? I mean, it's very few. Okay, but
yeah,
he did it. And he still was a fat fuck. It's not like he did the drugs and didn't fucking eat like a fat fuck.
right,
He
right.
still ate like a fat fuck, but that's not normal.
That is
You
just
know,
it's just hedonism. It's pure hedonism, which is about hedonism, right? The
I get,
pers-
I got gout before I was 30.
Okay, yeah. So you're on the pursuit of self-indulgence or the pursuit of pleasure, right? Which like, granted, being born into this obscure reality that we're born in, of having these weird cellular bodies, having this mind that works like so everything in front of you was designed by man. It wouldn't exist without it. So looking around and just I have multiple things around me that wouldn't exist without man. So there it's there there's dreamers and there's doers, right? And I think there's room for hedonism for the dreamers. um there's haters. There's a lot of room for hedonism for haters. There's lovers. There's a lot of room for hedonism. The pursuit of pleasure is a way of life, and I think if you're not after it into some degree, um you're not living. But
Yeah,
everyone
I
is
mean,
everyone is indulging into something. It's a
eh, eh,
it comes back to the mother saying it's about balance.
yeah, yeah, like Mr. Miyagi. It's all about balance.
Right. I'm hearing birds. Is that going on over there still? Birds.
Yeah,
You got some
yeah, it's
7 o'clock
still
birds.
late.
Um,
But yeah, it's just yeah, without the yin and the yang, it just doesn't work.
that's the thing, man. That is the thing. And yeah, I think we should leave it on that with the pursue pleasure, people. But be
What
what
are they like the heism or whatever? Like that was the shit that people did way back, right?
I mean, it's a term. I don't know exactly I think the word is etymology, right? To find out its roots,
I have no idea.
etymology. Yeah, hedonism etymology. Let's find out. It comes from the Greek word hedon, meaning pleasure, which provides the roots word of anhedonia, which is a psychological condition characterized by the inability to experience pleasure in a normal way. So they have to add things to make pleasure. So it's self-indulgence to its finest. I'm sure the Greeks did this. Yeah. So it's etymology is from 1856. First attested at 1856 is what I'm getting here. But yeah. Well, we can touch on that next subject or next rat cast. I think we covered a lot of ground here, David, Tony, Foxwood, and from that we will just take our outro on out.